The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Showcase of the Immortals episode 29, Wrestlemania. Coming live to you from Dallas, Texas, man. This is my hometown, my home state, so shooters are going to get an inside look into what Dallas has been like. WrestleMania is taking over the city. Everybody's loving it. Let's go ahead and get episode 29 shooting, man, because I'm so excited to see how this one goes. Episode 29, the WrestleMania entrance starts now.
I just gotta have a reason to play the beep every once in a while, so.
What is wrong with you?
I start piling on the investment money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the WrestleMania edition, and everybody knows that the road to WrestleMania starts at the Rumble. Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar both etched their names into the books for WrestleMania this weekend, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. I may have somebody here, out of the Rolodex of friends, since Joey K is still profusely shitting his way through the whole town that is Philadelphia. And DDJ, of course, we all know is still recovering on that knee. So let's go ahead and bring out my guest for the day. What do you say, DDJ?
Hey, what is going on?
We were able to pull him away from rehab and recovery so he could join us for the WrestleMania spectaculations.
It's fucking WrestleMania weekend. I've been gone for the past few weeks. I'm about a month removed from knee surgery. Surgery's recovery is unfortunately going a little bit slower than I had hoped. But you know what? There ain't no fucking way I was gonna miss out on talking WrestleMania with my guy. And just a quick shout out to Joey K, man. I just hope whenever you find that magical toilet that's perfectly suited and tailored to that, what I'm sure is a big hairy ass, I hope it's everything. I hope it's worth all the effort, man. I really do.
You know what? We're talking Mania, but we just now mentioned Joey K's big hairy ass, and I know his big hairy ass loved Ring of Honor last night.
Oh, I did too. Like I was telling you before we started. I was so ready for a cigarette, and I don't even smoke. That's how good that was.
Dude, the whole show, it was nonstop. And the funny thing is I've been at my mom's house this week because I had to work in office, and she lives like 10 minutes away. And I told her, I said, yeah, I might just stay here and watch some of the wrestling events with you. And the fact that she was realizing, she's like, didn't we just see these guys wrestle somewhere else? Didn't we see these? I'm like, yeah, these guys are putting in the work. So it's been nuts to see everything going on.
And you want to talk about someone who put in the work? Like I said, we're recording this. It's WrestleMania day. Saturday's only a few hours away. NXT is going to be starting soon. But you want to talk about someone who put in the work just last night alone? How about fucking Murder Grandpa Minoru Suzuki? three shows in a matter of hours.
Yep. He had the Chris Dickinson show, which was amazing, hell of a match. He had the one in Ring of Honor, and then he had Effie.
Yep.
Freaking work rate's amazing.
Yeah, and but no, like you said, and I said this to you, and I said this to a bunch of my friends last night after the show. I don't think the Tony Khan era of Ring of Honor could have gotten off to a better start after what we saw last night. There's no way they could have gotten off to a better start.
Agreed. I think I've seen some people online talk about, oh, we should have known that all the AEW guys were going over, and I don't get that sentiment because I feel like the show went exactly how it should have gone.
Yeah, and it's like you could tell there was a lot of AEW influence on it, but it didn't feel like I was watching, Rampage or Dynamite. It felt like I was watching Ring of Honor. But I
Exactly.
mean, we got some really great surprises. I mean, just the matches alone, and it's just this goes back to when we were, we did our show like after the announcement was made that Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. He's doing with Ring of Honor what Vince McMahon should have done with WCW when he purchased that back in 2001. And I honestly, like I said, I'm excited for the future of Ring of Honor and stuff, But I mean, just what a way to start off WrestleMania weekend.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, if you didn't pop for Samoa Joe, what are you doing watching wrestling?
Dude, I'm sitting here, literally, we had just gotten back from vacation because I was on vacation with the family this week and this past week. We just call coming in and stuff. So, the whatchamacallit, I just gotten back in and I was watching the event on my phone because we didn't leave to head back home until a lot later. I think we had planned, we had to make, pit stops, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I ended up watching the majority of the event on my phone, and I got in just right before the conclusion of that main event with Gresham and Bandito, and I just set up because I not set up my Ring of Honor Club account yet on my Apple TV, so I was like straight because I wanted to watch something on the TV and stuff, and then it's like I get it set up, I get it on, the tail end goes, it's Lethal comes out, and with this new heel character that it looks like they're going with. And and then the shock to see Sanjay Dutt get active again. Obviously, they talk about how close those two have been throughout the years, especially their time in Impact.
Yeah.
And stuff, and seeing that. But then just when the music hit and I saw that fire on the screen, I'm thinking, what's this? And then when I saw Samoa Joe come out, I am like, whoa! And like my jaw was like.
Yes.
Like I literally had my jaw drop for a good couple of minutes just because I don't think, and I mean, Tony Khan even went on Twitter and said, hey, if you're thinking of leaving early to go hit another show, don't do it because I got something big planned. And once again, Tony Khan delivers.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The difference between the decision maker for me between staying home and watching all these wonderful shows or going out there and actually catching one or two live was the fact that Supercard was running congruent with Impact's Multiverse of Madness, because those are the two shows I really want to see, and there's no
Right.
way to do that because of where they're situated. One is on the other, they're like opposite ends of the town, and the best way to do it is like how I did. I had it one on TV, one on the laptop, didn't miss a thing. And then, I got to see Samoa Joe. I saw the Ultimate X match. I saw the Briscoes fight, the Good Brothers. And I don't know. I feel like that may have been the best option this weekend just because of so much that was going on.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to watch the Impact Wrestling event, which is something I wanted to do. But the one thing I'm going to say about Supercard of Honor, and more specifically that amazing tag team match between FTR and the Briscoes, which not only did that live up to the hype, it blew the hype and all my expectations out of the water.
Yep.
And just, I mean, right now to me, the bar has been set for this weekend with that match. And I mean, I'm just talking just strictly the match. I'm not talking about what happened after the match when we got a surprise appearance by by the Young Bucks and that promo they cut. Like, they talk about how they quit this company, 2 years prior. They go start a company that ends up buying this company. I mean, how fucking more prickish heel could you have been with that?
Yeah, they hit the nail on the head, dude. The Bucks know how to do heel great.
Yes.
And back in the day, we used to do a session or a little part to a show where we called our match of the week. It's going to be hard for FTR and the Briscoes not to be match of the week.
And when we get into talking about WrestleMania here in a little bit, this isn't the hot take I was telling you about before we started recording, but when we get to the match, the only match, there's one match that I think that as it stands right now, just on paper, that I think may come close to topping that. When we get to that match, I'll let you know what it is.
All right. Now, see, what are you wearing over there?
Dude, I'm ready for WrestleMania. You know, I have to do it big. You know, I have to represent someone that's wrestling on night one or WrestleMania Saturday. I am wearing my brand new Rick
Booze
shirt. I have been wanting this shirt for a while. I think this dude is immensely talented. I think he's got star written all over him, and I love this guy, and I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him perform tonight. So,
hell yeah! Before we jump into WrestleMania, anything else you want to cover from the crazy weekend that's already been there?
dude, all I want to say is this weekend is easily like one of my favorite weekends of the year because it's become so much more than just the WrestleMania event itself. It's just basically it's like it's like WrestleMania Woodstock. It's it's like WrestleMania Live Aid where basically everybody comes together, and it's just there's so many options for people out there, and it's just become an amazing weekend.
Dude, I saw something out there yesterday that said on Friday alone, every major promotion in the US had a show going on, and they included Dynamite, they included SmackDown, and then of course all the indie shows that were going on. Every major company had something going on last night.
Yeah, and I mean, and I want to ask you again because you live in Dallas. I'm all the way up here by Chicago, but like, what has it been like down there for you?
Let me tell you this. I didn't really feel the WrestleMania vibes until Thursday.
Mhm.
Thursday, you start seeing what's it called? Little signs, the billboards.
Yep.
With WrestleMania photos. You drive by Fair Park, and yeah, they have billboards up, but it's not WrestleMania. Fair Park has decked out with the GCW Collective billboards. I'm like, whoa. And I started feeling, I'm like, dude, this is that weekend. You've got Uber Eats doing the WrestleMania Smackadillas, which is stupid in itself, but I'll probably get one because I'm a mark. But there's so many things, man, right now they're just changed for WrestleMania. The meet and greet opportunities, people that I know that are in town that are meeting wrestlers just on a whim is freaking amazing.
Ty.
Oh, Ty has some of the best luck out of anybody I've ever known. Ty can slip and meet a wrestler.
Dude, and he's a good dude. Like Giovanna and I have had we've been lucky enough to enjoy a wrestling show and some beers with our guy Ty, and yeah, he's down there, and just the list of the pictures he's posted on his Facebook of the people he's met. I am like, I mean, he's gotten pictures with Trish Stratus, whatchamacallit, Rikishi, Solo Sikoa. He even got a picture with Johnny freaking Knoxville.
That's a weird one. That's the one that threw me. I was like, okay, I'm kind of jealous because Knoxville's cool.
Dude, I've been on a bit of a Jackass binge lately. I watched all the movies on Paramount Plus, and I also discovered that they have some of the episodes of the old MTV TV show on there. So yeah, I've been on a bit of a Jackass binge, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm like incredibly jealous of Ty getting to get a picture with Johnny Knoxville.
All right. Let's get into Mania, man. Let's do a real quick palate cleanser for the Shooters Gallery before we jump into night one of WrestleMania. Shooters Gallery, we're taking a quick commercial break.
Yes, it is me, Gerald the Poupée, and you are watching Shooting Shit. Yes.
Oh, Team Gerald all the way.
I had to do that for you. I know your team, Gerald. It hurts my heart because that's the heel of the whole NRD group, but it's okay, man. There's some good nerds over there.
They're a great bunch of guys, dude, and we're love being. I love being on their show. We loved having them on our show and stuff, man. And yeah, so you know what? I don't know about you, but I'm ready to talk about WrestleMania, man, because we've got 2 nights of some good action.
WrestleMania, the showcase of the Immortals. I have it broken into our little graphics between night 1 and 2. Not really on how I think they're gonna play out, but more or less, what the matchup should be. So we'll start it off here. The man Becky Lynch against the one and only Bianca Belair. Where are we going?
Man, you know, this has been something that is actually I've liked the build. Like it's been a really good build, and this is actually, you know, something that I'm honestly shocked that we didn't get this year. Becky and Ronda, stemming from what happened at WrestleMania 35, but all reports are indicating that that's what we're getting next year for LA and stuff. But you know, I mean, it's gotten really personal the last couple weeks. I mean, Becky Lynch was in the hospital supposedly due to a throat injury or something at the hands of Bianca Belair. Then you know, Becky got her revenge and put Bianca in the hospital and stuff. You know, and then she talked about cutting Bianca's hair and then you know tables got turned and you know Bianca cut Becky's hair and you know Becky's got a new look now and stuff. But I think since Becky Lynch you know came back at SummerSlam last year and took the SmackDown women's title from Bianca in like 26 seconds, you know, I think this was something that most of us wrestling fans were wondering when we were finally going to see the you know Bianca get her retribution, and I'm going to come right out and say it. I think we get it. We get it tonight. I think Bianca Belair walks out of WrestleMania as the Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. And I'll throw a hot take in there. Bianca Belair wins. It's going to be a great match. I feel like they're going to put on a really spectacular match, but that braid is getting cut.
I don't know, man. I think that's just that braid has become such. Honestly, as weird as this may sound, it's become so much a part of the Bianca Belair character. I don't know if you can really do that. That's just me.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Moving on to the next one. And this match is one that I could probably have left off the card and been okay with. But you've got the Mysterios, Dominik and Ray going against The Miz, and for some reason, that Paul kid. What are we thinking on this one, DDJ?
I'm thinking that might be a good time to go use the bathroom or something.
I definitely agree.
And it's no disrespect. It's like I mean no disrespect to the 3 of the 4 participants in this match. I think you know which 3 I'm talking about.
Yes,
I mean,
do.
obviously we know Rey Mysterio is a legend and he is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Dominik Mysterio, I think, is still very young in his career, and I think he's going to only get better. And I think, I mean, the one thing I'm anxious about this match is I'm anxious to see his reaction when he steps out onto the stage for, you know, for this event. Because last year, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't at Mania. He was on the Andre the Giant Battle Royal that was on SmackDown the night before, and I believe he was runner up in that match,
Yep.
and I was the one I picked him to actually win that. But I mean that's kind of one thing I'm looking for. And then obviously there's the Miz. The Miz gets so much shit, but God damn it, the Miz is amazing. That WWE Evil series that they have on, excuse me, on Peacock is really good. The episode of The Miz with The Miz is really good. I think the Miz is someone who I think I've said many times before, when he retires, he will be in the Hall of Fame and he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And that, so, and then there's, you know, I get why, you know, they're putting Logan Paul in this match. You know, I mean, I still really don't understand why he's famous or his brother's famous.
I
Like,
don't either.
And I mean, I put them in the same vein of, like, say, the Kardashians. Like, I hate them
Yep.
because I don't understand why these people are famous and stuff. But you know what? It is what it is and stuff. This is going to be one of those. I think this is like trying to get more viewers on the product. Especially those that maybe follow Logan Paul or whatever. But whatever it is and stuff. But I mean, to me, I feel like I think the Mysterios are going to win, and then I think we're going to see a rift between the Miz and Logan Paul after the match.
All right. Yeah, I like the Mysterios taking the win here, and they've kind of been building to something that could be a big moment in the match or after the match at Mania. I don't know if you've been picking up on it, but commentary has been talking about why Dominik is not wearing a mask and how you have to earn your mask. I think he could earn his mask at WrestleMania.
Ooh, I like that take. I mean, it very well could be because, I mean, obviously we know Ray probably doesn't have that much more time. He doesn't have, he's made, I mean, as many operations and stuff he's had over the years. It's a miracle he's still going at the pace he's going now and stuff, but I mean, this would be, that time for maybe him to pass on the mantle.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. And all of you guys out there in the Shooters Gallery who actually know who Jake and Logan Paul are and you're okay boomerang us, I have 2 words for you.
Suck it.
Suck it. Anyway, next matchup here, which I'm actually looking really forward to. We've got Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin, and that dude behind him that just looks like he likes to hurt people. What are we talking about? What are we thinking on this one?
Well, first off, congratulations to Madcap Moss for winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on SmackDown and stuff, And I mean,
I still don't like that was on SmackDown.
I don't either. I mean, they got 2 nights of WrestleMania. You got to find time to get something like this. You can find the time. It's and that's so. But this is also, had a pretty decent build. And I mean, it's just, again, shout out to Madcap Moss for surviving that scary bump that he took from Drew McIntyre at, I believe it was at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view or the last time, Elimination Chamber, excuse me, the last time they were in Saudi. I mean, it's a miracle that he's walking. It's unfortunate, what happened with Big E didn't have the same outcome and stuff. But I mean, I've liked this dynamic between Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. It's been a fun dynamic, but I kind of think that it's drawing to a close, and because I mean we've seen the point where some of the jokes that Madcap Moss has been cracking hasn't really been met with a positive reaction from Happy Corbin. So it's kind of like the first sign that maybe this relationship or what a partnership is kind of run its course and stuff. And I kind of see I see Drew getting the win. I mean, I think it's the only way. I think it'd be a bit of a shocker to see Happy Corbin, take the win here. But it's just, to me, it's building up for Drew, who still really hasn't gotten his WrestleMania moment that he should have had 2 years ago.
Yep.
And obviously I don't think he's going to get it here and stuff. But I mean, I just feel like the McIntyre gets the win, and then maybe like on the subsequent episode of SmackDown, we see the dissolution of this partnership, and maybe we start seeing more of what Madcap Moss can do coming off, the win in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, I like it. I think, of course, this has to be Drew's match here. There's no reason to really have Happy Corbin win. And yeah, they need to break Madcap up with Happy Corbin, because for some reason Corbin's character really never landed with me. Whether he was King Corbin, Constable Corbin, Lone Wolf Corbin, he's for some reason I cannot buy into him. But I feel like Madcap has maybe something there. We need to give him some time and give him space away from Corbin to give him that room to shine. But yeah, I'm definitely wanting to see what happens between Madcap and Drew. I think that could be a potential good little first feud out for him after Corbin.
Absolutely.
All right. This next one is for you and only you, DDJ.
Oh,
We've got the Usos going against Shinsuke, Nakamura, and Rick.
Boo!
How's this one going?
obviously, I'm rocking my Rick Boogs T-shirt and stuff, and I mean, I let it known that I'm a huge fan of his, and I think there's so much potential in with him and stuff, and this is gonna be one of those times where my heart and my brain are two different things. My heart wants Nakamura and Boogs to win, but my brain is telling me that the Usos need to retain, and because I think this weekend is going to be all or nothing for the bloodline, and I mean I just feel like it just really it's just Nakamura and Boogs, great team, great chemistry, stuff like that, but I feel like it's just there's nobody can touch the Usos right now.
All right, I like
And
it.
that's what I'm going with. I want my heart wants the challengers to win the titles, but my brain and I'm officially picking the Usos to retain.
I know that hurt you deeply, man, but it's got to be the
It does,
Usos.
yeah,
Got to be the Usos.
yeah.
Let's move to a match, man, here that I don't actually think is going to be a match. I don't see this one getting a starting bell. Of course, I'm talking about the New Day versus Butch, Sheamus, and whatever other generic Irish bruiser name that they gave that other guy.
Rich Holland, man,
I'm just mad at Butch.
Yeah, I think the collective wrestling world is as well, and again, it's a classic case of what WWE wanting to own the rights to this character, stuff, whatever. I get it from a business perspective, but just because I get it from a business perspective doesn't mean I have to like it. And this I don't. I mean, Pete Dunne. I'm not going to use that other name. Pete Dunne is an immensely talented performer who is, unfortunately just been kind of brought up to the main roster and is, part of a group, and stuff. Now he went from being English to Irish and stuff, and then obviously there's also the Big E portion, where unfortunately, tragic accident, Rich Holland does an overhead belly to belly. Big E, lands on his head, ends up breaking his neck. And I mean, thankfully he doesn't need surgery. Sounds like, he's going to be okay. It's up in the air as to whether or not he's going to ever be able to wrestle again and stuff. But I feel like this is going to be kind of one of those, and I mean, we may get, I don't know what if he's able to travel or not, with his neck and stuff. But I mean, if he's able to travel, I wouldn't be surprised to see Big E make an appearance here, to kind of really just be that huge morale boost for the New Day and, pop the crowd. Because we all know the crowd's going to pop like crazy if he shows up.
Yeah. My feeling on this one, man, is I don't think we ever get a ring bell. I think that, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods goes out there, chip on their shoulder, trying to get skin for Big E. And I feel like they, this turns into a full-on breakdown of a beatdown. I'm talking chairs, everything. I feel like they go after Holland, or at least that's what I would do to make the story a little bit more interesting, kind of give them that retribution for Big E. Because I feel like night one has a little too many matches booked, and they may need to save some time, and that's the best way to do it with this match.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you on the fact that the bell will never ring, because we're already getting another fight. I'm going to do my air quotes here. Another fight, a match that's not really a match later on that evening, which we're going to be talking about soon and stuff. And I don't think we're going to see, I don't expect to see two of those in one night. I feel like here, again, it's going to be, I think we're going to see the New Day like kind of they're going to go out and win it for the, for Big E and stuff. So I'm thinking we are going to get a match. It may not be very long, but I see Kofi and King Xavier winning this one for Big E.
Winning it for the boys back home. Now, this one's got a little bit of controversy on it. Seth Rollins against an opponent of Mr. McMahon's choosing. Who's the opponent? Who's winning?
I don't feel as strongly about this statement I'm about to make as I did when I first made it. I still feel like this whole Cody Rhodes thing because that's what everybody's thinking. That's what all the dirt sheets, the news sites. They're 1 minute they're saying it's going to be Cody, and then it's just, I don't know. It's just it changes the. It seems like this change. The Seth's opponent changes more than I change my underwear and stuff. So, and I usually change my underwear pretty much every day. So that goes to tell you. But behind the curtain there, but no, I don't think it's going to be Cody Rhodes because, like I said, if he's going to show up, I think it's going to be the they're saving them for the WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania. But I do have a little bit of a take, and it kind of it was reinforced last night at the end of the Hall of Fame ceremony. Although I don't know if you watched that or not. But you kind of saw at the end when Taker was done giving his speech, which, by the way, amazing speech.
Ooh.
And stuff. He kind of stepped down, then he kind of looked back at the outfits that were in the ring, and he put one on, and he said, never say never. So it could easily be a red herring to throw people off the Cody Rhodes chair. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's Cody Rhodes. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Taker, and I think it's going to be like what they did with John Cena at WrestleMania 34. They waited, and then an hour or so before, he's sitting in the crowd, and then he runs back, gets ready, comes out, gets squashed by Taker. I think that's what we're going to see here. I think it's going to be Taker, and I think Taker wins in the squash.
I'm doubling down on the Taker, man. I feel like everything is kind of pointing away from Cody Rhodes. I feel it, man. I could see Taker being the one here, and definitely he has to get the win if it's him.
And the reason why I'm thinking it, I mean, Taker's last match, if I'm not mistaken, was the Boneyard match with AJ 2 years ago, correct?
Correct.
The one thing about that match, there was nobody around. It was, a cinematic match. It wasn't in front of a crowd. Anybody deserves to go out in the middle of that ring at WrestleMania in his hometown or his home state, with a full, crowd of like 50, 60, whatever they're expecting for the night.
It'll be 100K.
You think they're going to have 100K tonight, each night?
100K WrestleMania people, yeah. They always inflate it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. This one here, I've gone back and forth with between who I think's winning, man. Obviously I don't even think I'm going to be able to tell you who's going to win it until I you get your take from it, man. We're talking about Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. I don't know.
This one is probably, I would say, the closest to no, not necessarily, because I think Brock versus Roman is just as much a pick'em as this one is and stuff, But I feel like Ronda came back for a reason. Ronda came back because she's ready to go. I think she, she's obviously spent the time, doing the work. She did the work, and I would love this. I'm a Charlotte Flair guy. I've been a Flair guy for years and stuff. But I can go back and forth. I can see cases for both people win, but I don't see how you don't. I'll put it to you this way: I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey making Charlotte tap. But if Charlotte wins, it's not going to be clean. There's going to be some sort of there will be shenanigans.
Yeah, I love that breakdown, man. For me, if Charlotte wins, it can't be clean. And I keep going back and forth. Are we going to get a dirty finish with Charlotte, or is Ronda Rousey going to take that arm and she has to tap? I could see both happening. And the thing is with the storyline, either or can happen because both of them kind of have ready-made storylines after this match.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't necessarily depend on who has the title and where they go. So I think, like you said, Ronda may end up winning it just because that's the sexier pick. Ronda Rousey, women's champion. But if Charlotte was to win, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Right. We'll agree to agree on this one.
There we go. Now, for the main event of the evening, which at least should be, in my opinion. The KO show with Stone Cold Steve Austin. What are we going to get out of this, man?
We're just going to get first off, I'm anxious to see how Austin looks because, I mean, this is going to be his first real match in, 19 years or something like that. So, and from all reports I've been hearing is that, Austin looks ready to go. And stuff. And I mean, I think, and I think this is probably something that was thrown in the pot to get Kevin Owens to resign with the WWE because I think he's pretty much gone on record saying he's, was an Austin fan. And I love the fact that, how Owens, got the crowd in Chicago on Raw twice in that segment. I mean, the pop of the crowd when the Austin music hit to start out this show. And then he got him again when, the music played again and everybody, he got him twice. And I mean, I thought that was brilliant and stuff. We're going to get a fight. It's not going to be one-sided. I think it's going to break down and, it's going to go all over the place. But I mean, I don't see, especially if this if this is indeed the main event of night one, which from what I've been hearing, it's supposed to be, which it should be. I mean, it's Austin's first match in 19 years. It has to be, but I don't see any other ending to this match than Austin stunning Kevin Owens, drinking a bunch of beers to send the crowd home for night one.
Yeah, that's the epic way. That's the best way to send it home. Austin, beers flowing, Kevin Owens on the ground. Maybe beers thrown into the crowd. I mean, in my opinion, you have to do it because there's going to be a lot of fans that if Taker is the guy facing Seth, may not like that. But you send them home with Austin, they'll be just fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Before we get into night two, let's take another brief intermission. A quick pause for the Call Shooters Gallery. Shake it all out. Give yourself a second. Taking a quick minute between nights 1 and 2 with this brief commercial break.
Well, hello there. It's me, Harold, the puppet, and you are watching Shooting. I don't curse, so shooting poop. Yeah.
That's why I'm Team Harold. He doesn't curse. He couldn't even say the show name because he doesn't curse.
Yeah, but look at you as much as you curse, you foul-mouthed bastard.
This is true. Maybe that's why I like Harold. He reminds me that I could be better. I shouldn't curse as much.
Oh, man. All right. We all should. I think we all could stand from a little less cursing, but it wouldn't be as fun.
It wouldn't. But shooting poop, that's a new t-shirt coming soon.
Hey, maybe we could do some collab work with Harold, and maybe we can make that shirt happen.
Might have to give it a look out, guys. Let us know in our comment section on YouTube, since you guys are going to be the ones who actually seen the commercials. If you're listening to this on the audio, jump on the YouTube, guys. Come watch the little commercial snippets from Harold and Gerald, the puppets, respectively, from the NERD podcast. Like I said, man, good bunch of nerds that were with us on a couple episodes ago. And we actually saw Harold and Gerald get into a fight, and I think we saw the first ever puppet bitch slap. I don't know, man.
Oh, man. I tell you what, that was like, for me, that being my last episode before I went off to have my knee surgery, man, I couldn't have thought of a better way to go into surgery and rehab than seeing two puppets bitch slap each other.
Oh, it was greatness. Now, horrible transition talking about puppet bitch slapping, but we've got the women's tag team match. It was not set up, I promise. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Sasha Banks, Feel the Glow with Naomi, the Pitbull that is Shayna Baszler, Natalya for some reason, because I don't know why that team works. And then your champions, Queen Zelina, and the one and only former Princess of Staten Island. Who we got in this match?
First off, I would like to say that those last comments are only those of one Giovanni Too Hottie, the hot one, and not representative of myself. Joey K or the Shooting Shit podcast. Those are all Jovan. So
I said it was a bad transition. I didn't expect that match to be the next one that we were going to review.
still, I'm making sure my butt's covered. Sorry, man. but no, this is obviously one of those matches that was, this to get more women featured on the show. And another thing, Shayna Baszler deserves so much better than she's gotten.
Yeah.
But as for this match, a lot of this, the last couple weeks leading up to this match, has been the dissension or the trouble between Zelina and Carmella. Although it appears they're back on the same page. Obviously, we all know Carmella's getting ready to become the next Mrs. Corey Graves.
Yep.
And that's so. And there's a couple of good teams on here, and for me, I think I'm gonna go with Naomi and Sasha Banks to get the win and become the new women's tag team champions.
Ooh, I like that. I think we're gonna differ for the first time tonight, man. I really like one team in this matchup, and it's just because I feel like they have to do something with this lady because she's been honestly loyal to a fault. You could see her in-ring work just has gotten so good over the last few months. You can see the improvement, and she's paired up with somebody who I honestly think is the future of this division. I'm going Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, honestly, that was if I wouldn't have picked Sasha and Naomi, I would have went with those two. So good pick there.
All right. Now, pick me a winner on this one, man. Sami Zayn going up against Jackass's own Johnny Knoxville.
Okay, so this is where I said I had one hot take on a match we were talking about.
No,
this is it right here. Let me tell you why. I think outside of Brock versus Roman, I think this match has honestly had the best, most enjoyable build up to any of the matches that we're seeing either tonight or tomorrow. I mean, because we had what happened, leading to the Royal Rumble. Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn poking fun at each other on Twitter and social media. Then, Johnny Knoxville being in the Rumble, getting eliminated by Sami Zayn. Then turning around and helping Sami Zayn get eliminated, helping eliminate Sami Zayn from the Rumble. Then we get to Sami Zayn crashing the premiere of Jackass Forever, which, by the way, if you have not seen that movie, go on Paramount Plus if you have it. If not, the Blu-ray, DVD, 4K comes out, I believe, April 19th, and get that movie because it is about an hour and a half of some of the funniest, most craziest shit you will ever see.
Cheap pop.
Yes. But just then you go to where Sami Zayn got a hold of Johnny Knoxville's phone number and kept calling him. So what does Johnny Knoxville do? He hires a fucking plane to fly over California with Sami Zayn's actual phone number on it, and Sami Zayn's phone gets blown up unlike any phone ever gets blown up. And from what I heard, he was actually picking up and talking to people that were calling him, which is cool.
Oh.
I just think that this build has been so much fun and everything. And honestly, this is the build I think that's had the best build and the most enjoyable build to any match on WrestleMania outside of Brock versus Roman, because I think that's been going on for so long, and I think that'd be pretty much universal across the board. That being said, we get to the match. It's an anything goes match, so we're gonna see some if you've ever watched Jackass, I think you're gonna have a pretty good idea of what to expect, especially with Johnny Knoxville. We've seen Johnny Knoxville take bumps from bulls. We've seen him, get shot out of cannons and get shot at with paintballs, and I've seen him get kicked multiple times in the nuts doing a cup test and stuff. So I think if you've seen Jackass, you're going to get an idea of what to expect for Johnny Knoxville. And obviously, Sami Zayn is an amazing talent and is very underrated. That being said, my pick for winner of this match, I'm going with Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, Yeah, dude, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm seeing Johnny Knoxville as the winner here. I think we'll get a couple of cheap pops with some jackass guys, maybe Chris
Yep.
Pontius, maybe Wee Man.
Dude, could you imagine? I'm telling you this right now. If we see Wee Man do a crossbody on Sami Zayn, or you know what? I'll even do one better. I want to see Preston Lacey do a crossbody on Sami Zayn.
Now I want to see Preston Lacey do a crossbody on Sami Zayn, and I want to see Wee Man punch him in the nuts. And we have to have like something inflatable just pop out and hit Sami Zayn.
Yes. Who knows? You know, we could see Steve-O puke on him or something.
There's so much good stuff that could come out of that match. Something that, a lot of people didn't like the celebrities in the matches, or they thought it was too much for WrestleMania. I think this one actually works just because, like you said, the build has been amazing.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. And that's why, like you said, a lot of people object to having the celebrities and all that. But in this case, I don't. Like you said, I think it works. And it works. It's going to work really well. Are we
Hell
getting
yeah.
Flair versus? Are we going to get Flair versus Steamboat? Are we going to get Bucks versus Lucha Brothers with this? Absolutely not. But we're going to get something that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. A spectacle which WrestleMania was built off of, making big time moments.
Yep.
All right, big time moments, man. This one, this match is a big one, man. I think it's going to be something that is talked about from a long time, because you're going to have your Johnny Knoxville, you're going to have your Sami Zayn, but then you're also going to have this match that has the momentum to steal the show. Edge and AJ Styles. Where are we going?
All right, where are we going? Okay, so when we were talking about beginning of the show, we talked about Ring of Honor, and we talked about how amazing that match between the Briscoes versus FTR was, and I said there was only one match that's on this WrestleMania card that I think that can come close to possibly dethroning this match as matchup of the weekend, and this is it right here. This is the match from when the moment it was announced. This was the match I'm most excited for. The match I'm most looking forward to. The build has been kind of, I mean, I like the new spin the new direction they've gone with Edge, and such. And I mean, I think this is going to be nothing short of spectacular. I definitely think this is going to steal the show for both nights of WrestleMania. And while I don't think this is going to be the end of this feud, I feel like I think AJ's going to get the win here. But I think AJ's going to get left laying in the ring after all is said and done.
Yeah, I like that, man. I think I'm going Edge just simply because every time I've picked against Edge in any of the prediction leagues, he always ends up screwing me. So this time I'm going with Edge because I'm not going to pick against him no more. And there are rumblings that they want to do a new era Brood with Edge. So we very much can see AJ lying in a big wreck in the middle of the ring tonight with whoever this new Brood members can be. So a lot of story that can go on from this match. Hopefully we can milk this one out, have this feud go a little longer, but definitely excited to see this match. And then, like I said, I have to go Edge.
Okay. Well, hopefully, the one time you pick the guy that always screwed you over doesn't screw you over again.
It's going to happen. I feel it. All right. This one here, crazy build, not your normal type of build, but something I'm very excited to see. Pat McAfee and Angel Garza. Man, where are we going?
First off, that's not Angel Garza, that's Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, sorry. They all, they're cousins, I think.
I doubt that, but anyway, I think this match could potentially be something be that match that this could be that match that nobody expected to be good turns out to be really good. And back in our previous show that we did together, I think we talked about we did our year-end awards, and we talked about rookie of the year and who had the best debut or whatever. And I think I had chose Pat McAfee for the match he had with Adam Cole last year. I think it was at a takeover, and then what he did in the War Games. Pat McAfee This dude is a diehard, passionate fan of this business. I mean, it's reflected. It's shown in this commentary style. I love the fact that they're letting him be himself in this. With the commentary and the way he does his commentary, and that and Austin Theory. This dude is going to be money in a couple of years. I mean, clearly he's working with Mr. McMahon. So when you work with Mr. McMahon, obviously McMahon has to see something in you. And I feel like, and I've liked the build, and it's like this is another match where I've enjoyed the build and stuff. I feel like I'm going to go with Pat McAfee to get the win here, but I do expect to see that maybe not necessarily with McAfee in theory, but I feel like that Pat McAfee story with Mr. McMahon is not going to be done after this match.
Right. Yeah. Big time, man. I don't ever think we'll see the Vince payoff, but I think McAfee may hopefully get a few more matches because he like you said, when he showed out, he showed out.
Yeah. And and I think for those that maybe didn't watch NXT or whatever, you guys are really in for a treat because Pat McAfee can go.
Yes, easily. Yeah, I got to say McAfee wins this one, man. He's got to take it today or night 2. He's got to take that match. Mm-hmm. My whole thing, though, if you say that this person is the future, which Vince has done for Theory, and quick recap, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo are cousins, not Theory and Garza, so I was way off there. It's early. I've watched wrestling for like 24 fucking hours straight. Anyway.
Yeah, normally this would be about the time Jovan's getting up out of bed on a Saturday, so.
Yeah, it's actually not a lie. That's pretty damn close to accurate. But the last person I could think of that Vincent Kennedy McMahon said is the future would be Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it took him a while to realize that future.
He had to leave, reinvent himself on the indies, put on some muscle, and he came back and he's been the Drew that we know now. My thing for Theory, I don't know. Vince never really likes the smaller guys. I think we can see Austin Theory. Yeah, he's got something there. He's got a certain something. I can't really put my finger on it, but he's got something. I don't know if necessarily using the Vince says he's the next big thing is going to work for him, but we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully this loss isn't going to do much to him. Pat McAfee's going to be a beast, a legend, probably future Hall of Famer if he stays with the company for a good amount of time.
Yeah,
but
I like that take.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. We'll go Pat McAfee. All right. I'll give you this match next, which, if all rumors are true of the WWE taking off marijuana from its forbidden substance list, we'll have a happy bro Riddle and Orton going against the Street Profits and the Alpha Academy. Where do we see this one going?
Man, I'm really glad that this match is actually happening as is because I think all three of these teams are deserving to be in this match. I mean, I'm going to start out with Alpha Academy. The last few months, they've really especially Chad Gable has really stepped up his game, not only in the ring, but on the mic. I mean, that stuff they did, the academic challenge or whatever, that kind of brought me back, gave me Billy Madison vibes. And stuff that was entertaining AF.
Dude, the scooter race,
the spelling bee. It's just that stuff. I mean, that stuff there goes to show that if done correctly, there is still a place for that kind of stuff in today's wrestling product.
Yes,
but and then obviously the Street Profits, I mean, I've said it for years. I think you've said it as well. Montez Ford is going to be a star at some point in time. I mean, The dude can talk. The dude can go. I mean, he's got the biggest, highest frog splash I've ever seen. I think it's even higher than Rob Van Dam, and that's saying something considering how high Rob Van Dam likes to get. Oh wait, that's a different kind of high.
You know what? It may not be. It may not be because they want the smoke.
True. Yeah, I never thought of that and stuff, and that. But I mean, I think right now, as great as these two teams that are challenging for the belts are, and I think will be in the future. To me, I had a discussion with someone on Facebook yesterday about RK Bro and just just the way, like, should they still be a team or should Orton be on his own and stuff. And I mean, I think this is one of the very few times I've ever seen watch my screen and see and look, and it appears that Randy Orton looks like he's enjoying what he's doing. He looks like he's honestly having fun. And I said to my friend yesterday, I said, Matt Riddle to me is like beer. He's an acquired taste. It's taken me a while to be like, okay, I actually, I get the character, I like it, I'm all for it, and that's what's happened with this team. I said in the past that RK Bro is this era's Rock and Sock connection.
Yes.
Because you got these two guys that are pretty much, I would say, polar opposites. For some reason, they work so well together.
I love that, dude. I love that comparison. And I know we hit on the WWE Evil earlier when we were talking about The Miz. But Randy Orton's episode, man, because I remember Randy's early days. I remember the blue trim trunks and the horrible tattoos before the skulls got there.
The Randy News Network.
Yes, dude. The WWE Evil, side note, freaking amazing, guys. If you haven't watched it, go on to Peacock. Give it a watch.
Yes, go watch that. It is even if you're not a wrestling fan, but maybe if you're a fan of like psychology or something like that. Because I mean, for God's sakes, Dr. Phil's even on that show.
Yes, Dr. Phil tells you why it works.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Like, I actually really I enjoyed his take on the characters a lot more than I thought I was going to when I saw he was actually even, on the show and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna double down with Giovanni Tuhati and say, yes, guys, if you have Peacock, go watch the series. It's really good. Back to the match, though.
Back to the match, man. It has to be RK Bro. It has to be.
I agree as well too. I think the Street Profits and I think the Alpha Academy will have their time down the line, but it's just right now you go with the hot hand and you stick with RK Bro.
Oh yeah, it's not time to break them up yet. They have got too much good going with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I could have gone without, we've got Omos and the great Bobby Lashley. Where are we going? You better not say Omos.
Well, now, first off, don't tell me what to say. I will say what I want to, God damn it. That being said, I think this is where Omos takes his first loss. I feel like he's going to look really strong here. Like, I think Lashley's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be convincingly. I think Lashley's somehow going to squeak out a win because I think the goal here is for Omos to look, because obviously it's been documented. WWE has plans for Omos. Like, he's going to be a big star. He's still got a ways to go, in my opinion, but I feel like he's going to be looked to. I honestly think he's going to dominate the match, but I think somehow Lashley's going to squeak out with the win.
All right. I'm taking Lashley, and I want Lashley to be as dominant as possible. I want a hurt lock right in the first 5 seconds and then just get Omos out of there. I don't like Omos.
Well, Lottie freaking da then.
DDJ, it is time for the main event of the evening. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, all the titles on the line. Where are we going?
Okay, so I talked about how much I felt like outside of, Brock versus Roman and is, the best buildup was Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville. This story with Brock versus Roman, and sorry if I keep looking over, I've got NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver on the screen, and looks like we're kicking off with the NXT Women's Tag Team title match on the kickoff show here. By the way, great to see Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai back together. I thought those two were great together. So I'm very happy to see them back together as well. But getting back to this match, this match, if anything, goes to show that when they want to, WWE can still tell a very good long term story, because this has been going on for almost 2 years, because you really go back to I think it was SummerSlam 2020 when Roman returned, and then then that subsequent SmackDown where it was revealed that he was with Paul Heyman.
Yep.
And of course, you knew right then and there that at some point you were going to see Brock versus Roman, like at WrestleMania, because that was the only way the story could conclude. Then you had the stuff, add the Usos in for the bloodline, and then the stuff with Paul Heyman, which Paul Heyman, there's someone that the minute he retires and is done in this business needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And we talk about when Roman fired him and he went to Brock, and then he screwed Brock at the Rumble, when Lashley won the title, and and is back with Roman, which is where I think he should be. Because if anything, did this last run by Brock Lesnar, this Cowboy Brock, I think is what he's being billed at. It's really going to show he doesn't need Paul Heyman anymore.
Nope.
He can be entertaining. He can go. He can cut promos. This is the first time in a really long time I've enjoyed the Brock Lesnar character.
Yes.
I really like what they've done with him. And obviously, just the way that Paul has been with Roman, and just this whole head of the table thing, which is not done. There's no way this head of the table gimmick is done by any stretch of the imagination, because I think we all are speculating on what's going to happen at next year's WrestleMania, with it being in Los Angeles.
Hell yeah.
That being, and that reason is why I'm going with the fact that at the end of tomorrow night, Roman Reigns will be standing tall with the undisputed, whatever they're calling this, unified universal title or whatever. Because I feel like right now, Brock doesn't need a title to be over. I think the title is just so much essentially a part of the Roman Reigns character. I feel like if he loses, he'll get it back. Like, he's going to get it back eventually, because he's going to go. And I'll hear a little bit of a hot take here. Roman Reigns will go into next year's WrestleMania as a champion, as a world champion. But I just feel like right now I'm going with Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me, dude.
Oh yes.
There's no way that Cowboy Brock, which admittedly, just like you said, I've never been a big Brock Lesnar fan. I've always thought the man was about himself. He's always been about the money. He's never been about the product. He doesn't like people, say everything bad you can about Brock Lesnar. I probably said it. I really genuinely did not like the character.
I think a lot of us did.
And then you start seeing this Brock Lesnar. He's having fun. He's doing interviews. You're getting to actually see who Brock Lesnar is. This is a guy who...
Dude, he took after he won the title in Saudi Arabia, he was taking selfies with people on his way back. When have you ever seen that from him?
Yeah. It's weird. Like, right now we're getting Brock Lesnar, and I think it's closer to who Lesnar really is. Mm-hmm. On these shows they're doing, the podcast he's doing, you've heard him talk about, he's not really a people person. Brock has anxiety. He doesn't like crowds. He's not a people person. He kind of likes to stay to himself. He likes to do things that, you can do solo, like hunting, fishing. He likes to be by himself. But when he's in the ring and he's in performance mode, to him, that's all it is. It's just him and the other person in that ring. Mm-hmm. So to kind of get that understanding of who Brock is, to kind of see the maturation of this beast-like character into this guy that's just, honestly, he's not an asshole. He's not a dick. He's just the way he is, because honestly, that's who he is. And to see this new him, I dig it.
Yeah, and you mentioned I still have yet to have a chance to watch this, but I need to, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. He really opened up, on the Pat McAfee show a few weeks ago and stuff, and this is something he doesn't normally do. And I heard that a lot of good things come out of this interview, and like I said, it kind of it gave me more of an appreciation for Brock Lesnar, because he is human after all.
Yeah. And he did a hell of a Stone Cold impression too. But all those things said, putting over Brock on how I like him now and how great he is, he doesn't need the title. Roman's character really is not just built over the fact that Roman's the massive heel. Roman's character, and I'm going to break it down like Dr. Phil, the reason this works so good is because you believe that he believes he has to be the best to be relevant. And I think that's the main point. Roman's character hinges on the fact that he is the man. He is the head of the table. He is the champion. The moment he loses, he's just Roman Reigns. The longer that he's champion, he's the head of the table. He runs the show, and that's his character right now. And you can't break that. It's the best thing they got going.
And speaking of best things, your Dr. Phil impersonation is actually one of your better impersonations. So I'm going to give you props on that. That was not bad. That was not bad.
Oh, geez, it's good. We won't bring Shaq out today. We'll leave it. We'll keep it as a win.
Because like I said, this is my first show back in almost a month, and I'm not ready for Shaq yet.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We're right at about a little bit over an hour. Last comments for the shooters out there, DDJ. How you feeling?
Well, real quick, I want to take a moment to just say, to give you props for holding down the fort while I'm recovering and Joey K's doing his thing. Joey K, we love you, man. We miss you. We can't wait to get the band back together and have as much fun doing the show as the three of us do together. I'm just ready. Like I said, I've got NXT on the background. I've got it on mute so it's not distracting the sound and stuff. But as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go put a pizza on the cooker. I'm gonna watch and kick back. I've already got my shower. I'm all cleaned up. I'm rocking my Rick Boog shirt and stuff. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for WrestleMania. I hope everyone enjoys the weekend, and all the different shows out there.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm watching Big Gay Brunch right now. Effie's Big Gay Brunch on GCW. I'll jump on to NXT when it starts the full show. Got one small errand to run in between the shows, so hopefully I'll be able to catch everything I want to see. But it's a great weekend for wrestling. It's a great weekend for wrestling fans. If you've watched everything that I have in the last few hours, Jesus, my eyeballs hurt, but it's amazing. Great having you back with me today, man. Can't wait till you're back full time. Can't wait till Joey K is back with us full time, buddy. We love you. We wait for you to come on out. We know you'll have hot takes when you do, because you could only keep a premier heel locked away with himself for so long before he starts to break and go crazy. So who knows what we'll get when he comes back.
And I'm not promising anything. If I get the setup worked about as good that I have right now, just let you know, a little peek behind the curtain. Normally when we're recording, I'm on the show, I'm down in my basement, on my computer, my little studio, whatever. I'm still not cleared to really put weight on my leg, which means I can't really do, a lot of steps and stuff. So I can't get down to my basement. So I'm just doing this I'm actually sitting in my living room on, my phone with my AirPods and stuff. So, I really liked how this turned out. So I would love to possibly join you for episode 30 to recap the weekend, because there's going to be so much to talk about. And I mean, I've missed out on so much. I've not gotten a chance to talk about, Scott Hall, rest in peace. There's just so much stuff that has happened since I've been gone that I was itching, to talk about, but just with everything going on, it's just unfortunately I've not been able to. But it's WrestleMania, everybody puts on their A game, and I felt like, I needed to put on my A game and hop on with my boy Giovanni Tuhati here.
Hell yeah. Shooters Gallery, be ready for that. Episode 30 could possibly be the welcome back DDJ, get it off your chest episode to cover everything that he's missed. But we'll see how it all goes, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy you a great weekend full of wrestling. Thank you for being here with us. We'll put everything in the show notes. You know where to follow us. You know where we've been. This has been episode 29 of Shooting Shit. We're sending you home with some half-decent music. Yeah.
not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow the show on Twitter at SHOOTINSHT, and thanks for listening.